Hey guys, I'm Review It Dan.
Namataku Kent, welcome to Random Talks, our podcast-like series. How are you today, Dan?
I am feeling a little mixed emotion at the moment due to what we have to talk about.
That, and I agree, and my back's also not cooperating with me today, so there's that too.
Here.
I wish that works. I think I just slept on it wrong.
Yeah, probably. But, yeah, a few things to talk about. Most likely things you've heard about from a lot of other people. But that news will be the last of what we have to talk about. For now, let's go on to the good stuff. Pokemon Sword and Shield, Ultra Shiny.
So,
Now, what is Ultra Shiny, Utaku?
So, a lot of people have been noticing when you're shiny hunting for Pokemon in Sword and Shield, there are two variants of the shiny like the animation. One is a little less flashier than the other. It's been known for the other one to be the more flashier one to be called Ultra Shiny. It's a higher chance of finding a Pokemon that does that, and so on and so forth.
And that's it?
That's it. I just thought it was really interesting. You have a much higher chance of finding a regular shiny than you do an Ultra Shiny.
Yeah, and it's already hard to find a regular shiny.
Well, a friend of mine, she found the little bird one. She found a shiny right in the beginning.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I heard a story a while back that some dude started a Pokemon Red, I believe. I can't remember. It had a Squirtle, and he wanted a Squirtle.
And shinies didn't happen until Gen 2.
Well, I'm not sure when it happened, but there was a shiny Pokemon at the starter, and he didn't want it, so he restarted the game.
I think you're thinking of Gen 3, and I think it was a Mudkip.
Maybe. Might have been it. I know it was a water-type Pokemon. All I know is I heard he said that, what's wrong with this? I don't know what's wrong with my Mudkip here, but it was like a weird color variation. And people asked, what color was it? Blah, 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 blah. Dude, that was a shiny. What? That was a shiny Pokemon, dude. That wasn't a glitch. That was like one of the rare things you can find in the game. What? God, how awful would it be to just feel, I got rid of the shiny! No!
I mean, everyone has their mistakes.
Oh yeah, like catching a Pidgey with a Master Ball.
No, mine was a Spinarak, but yes.
But, yeah. Excellent list. Steven Universe Future release.
Here we are in the future.
And it looks much brighter. Considering that we're not getting the release date for Steven Universe.
Yes, we are. Steven Universe Future is releasing on December 7th.
Not that far away from now.
No.
That is good.
Yeah.
Remember before when we were waiting for like the next episode of Steven Universe? I was like, oh yeah, in 3 weeks. 3 weeks later. Delayed a little bit. People are like, Rebecca, sure, what's going on? She's like, I don't know. We're basically almost to the end on ourselves here. You guys are just halfway through the dang series. And Cartoon Network's just putting them out irregularly. Remember how long it took for us to get the last episode?
Yes. Do you know what I remember? I remember Cartoon Fridays, where new episodes appeared every Friday.
Oh, man. Those were the days. Cartoon Friday.
And then one of the characters would host the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. I remember Ed and Eddie did it, and they had Freddie guest star. He wasn't even part of it either.
Yeah, those were the good old days.
Yeah. Kids nowadays don't get that kind of thing. We got Toonami still. Thank God Toonami came back.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we don't get those old times like Cartoon Network used to do. It's like, new this Friday, a new episode of Dexter's Laboratory. Followed by a new Johnny Bravo. And then followed by that with a new Powerpuff Girls. We don't get that. It's like, oh yeah, it's coming out on Tuesday. What time? Whatever. What time on Tuesday? Just whatever.
They really, I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand a lot of people are more on social media nowadays. I understand that. Advertising for when things come on is important.
It's always been important, with TV especially.
Yeah. I didn't even know Pokemon was still going for Sun and Moon. I thought Sun and Moon had ended. It got canceled. And yet it was still going. I had no clue.
It got canceled?
No, it didn't. It kept going. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know because they stopped commercializing it. And when I missed a couple weeks, I come back into the time slot that it was supposed to be at. It wasn't there. And they didn't advertise it or nothing. And I couldn't, I mean, how the heck was I supposed to know where to find it?
Yeah, true. Very true indeed. But, yeah. Steven for future, we're going to be seeing some new things. We're going to see Jasper come back. Mad as heck as Steven. You're not my diamond! I'm not Big Diamond!
So Steven's getting his own pink Super Saiyan form.
Super Steven Rose.
Super Steven Rose. That's a good one. I got to give you that one. That was good.
We're going to see some new fusions from our enemies now. Jasper, I think, is with 3 Lapises.
No, that hasn't been confirmed.
Okay.
The only one that has been confirmed
Eyeball and the...
Ruby, Eyeball, and Aquamarine. Yeah.
Yeah, they fuse, which is honestly the scariest thing I've probably seen. It's like, whoa, that is a very, very, very creepy looking...
It's a very
fusion.
early looking fusion. It's not very formal. It's not formal.
Basically how Garnet was before.
Yeah, cotton candy garnet. I cannot English.
Gardevoir, wrong series.
Yeah, cotton candy garnet. Yes, like that.
Yeah,
Words.
And her forms changed over time. Every time she got pooped and reformed and fused back together.
And learn something new and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah.
All right, next on the list. Something for next week. Due to Thanksgiving being next week,
And I will not be in Georgia.
yeah, there'll be no video of Random Talks next week. We apologize for those who do view us, but it's time to be with family, which we're all going to be doing.
Yeah.
He's going to be spending time up north with someone he loves very much.
Yeah, I'm spending time with Jasmine and her side of the family. So
They're going to have some turkey.
no, probably not. You got to remember.
I'm joking.
Jasmine's vegan, and her parents are, I forget what it is. They'll eat fish, but they won't eat
Vegetarian?
Not vegetarian. Vegetarians just don't eat plants. They eat fish. And plants. And then her brother is vegetarian. I think me, her other brother, and her sister are the only ones who would eat meat. I'll get gumbo, but I'll be happy about that.
Yeah, and I'll basically be at church with a church group celebrating Thanksgiving together.
The whole family's not getting together?
We just meet up at church.
Yeah, okay.
Last on the list. All right, now this is something that's actually very serious at the moment. We're going to be out of our character a little bit. Due to unforeseen circumstances, we don't know what our future is going to be like on YouTube now. Due to I can't remember what the name is called.
FTA and COPA.
Yeah. Basically, YouTube, the channel you're on now, got into a heap of trouble because they weren't following certain laws and were fined over $100 million.
Okay, so the issue is YouTube has always been for a demographic of 13 and older.
Mm-hmm.
Kids should not be on YouTube because they have 2 types of advertisements. They have the ones that they learn about you and what you're watching and stuff like that, and then you have the kinds that are just static because they're linked to what you're watching already.
Yeah.
You like this, you might like this product, correlation.
Yeah. It's like generic Doritos commercial. Boom. Okay. But something that you search up on the internet is something personalized for you.
Yeah, it's
there's a dating site for you.
That's what has to do with something that we've all heard of one time or another, of internet cookies. Where they are gaining information about you to learn about you to advertise to you. That being said, it is illegal to do that to children, anyone 12 and under. That being said, you still have parents who have YouTube on their phones and let their kids watch it.
Which is a big concern that I have right now. Instead of blaming the parents who are allowing their kids to be on YouTube, content creator and YouTube are getting in trouble because of it.
Well, it's not even that, but there is YouTube Kids, which no one wants to use.
Exactly my point. That's a weird thing. It's like, no, they want to watch something that has curse words in it because curse words are funny. Mommy and Daddy watch things with curse words on it. And now we get punished for it because of that.
The fines for these can be up to $42,000 per video.
Yeah.
We work for a living. We do not get paid through this.
Yeah.
This channel, if for some reason you are kids and you are watching our stuff, we're going to have to just start saying that now. This is not for children. Sorry. This is not for children.
This is for 13 up. The PG-13 and up.
Yes. That's what our demographic that we're trying to hit is. That's always what it been.
We don't cater to children because children, one, do not buy products from us. That's what we try to do. We try to sell products. We try to entertain people as well.
What products do we have besides the shirts?
That's it, shirts. We're trying to sell shirts, aren't we? Besides, later on, we're going to have more merchandise if we ever get bigger.
That'd be nice.
But here's the thing. If you try to cater to kids, you're going to be messing with the adults.
Mm-hmm. Now, that being said, this does not take effect until January 1st. We're going to keep doing what we're doing for a little while longer. We're going to see what's going to happen with the algorithm and everything. Maybe YouTube will be like, okay, this can be changed to this and something like that. Maybe they can alter it where it's not going to affect the other like YouTubers like Rhett and Link and stuff like that. Maybe they can have something like that will work, and then you're like, okay, if you do not want to cater to kids, you click here. If you want to cater to kids, click here, and that will separate the two. And all the stuff that caters to kids will be removed from YouTube and put on YouTube Kids. That could work. Chances are they're not thinking that far ahead. They're just trying to make money.
Here's my thing. I remember back before I was the age of 18, I tried to watch videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And some certain videos were 18 and plus due to graphic scenes. Mm-hmm. Like, if I want to watch a movie scene and it had graphic scenes on there, you can't watch it, you're not 18. Or I want to watch a fight, which, yes, everybody watches fights on YouTube. That's a fun thing to do.
I don't.
Okay, you don't, but I like to watch the instant car where people get knocked out. It's kind of funny. But here's the thing. They had an age restriction. Now, here's a messed up part. Why don't they do age restrictions kind of things?
Because it'd be smart.
It would be. But here's the weird thing. Adult sites, I will not go into detail what sites, adult sites don't even ask if you're 18 and older because you need an adult to know about it. And some places ask, are you over the age of 18? Yes or no. Kids lie. Every kid lies.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to say, I'm over 18, click. Or my thing is, how about this? If you want to watch something that's for adults, why don't you make an account? You put your name in, your date of birth, stuff like that.
Well, that's where the whole 13 and older comes in. You have to be 13 and older to make an account, and then that's where the parents come back. And now we're just freaking full circle. The point is, right now we don't know what's going to happen with our channel. We are not a large channel. We are under 200 subs. We're under 150.
Yeah.
So right now we don't know what direction this can go in, how it might affect us. If we have our friend Zero to Chaos, who you've seen multiple times on this channel, who works with us, he at FSP, that he's going to attempt to find a alternative route for us if things become too bad. If the rickety bridge that is YouTube finally gives out, we're going to change platforms. We will let you know, and we have all our videos backed up, so you will still have all the content.
Yeah, so if you can't find us on YouTube, check us out on Twitter, check our Facebook account.
Check our Instagrams.
And our Instagrams. And we'll basically share where we're going to be going on from there if
something happens.
Because most likely, even Markiplier and a few other people on YouTube have been saying, YouTube is probably not going to make it one more year.
No.
And that's sad, because YouTube's been around since 2005.
Yeah. Well, the issue was it became too corporate.
Exactly my point there.
And it also, it didn't cater to the everyday person anymore.
It was only catering to the rich companies like Disney and
Jimmy Fallon, your Will Smiths. Don't get me wrong, Will Smith, he does good content. Jack Black, he does good content. But yeah, YouTube was about broadcasting yourself, not broadcasting celebrities that already had a base.
One thing I think was also a problem was probably the media as well.
Yes. Oh, yes. Media through television it's already a dying thing. It's slowly dying. And they want to protect themselves. So the chances are they had something to do with this. There's no evidence to this. I'm just speculating. But there's a possibility.
It's just a theory.
Yeah, this might be some reason why this is happening. Is because they maybe paid somebody or something like that. But
Yeah.
There could be a number of reasons. We can point fingers all day long, but the point of the matter is, at the end of the day, we still want to bring you the fun content that we think that we would also enjoy.
Something that we find funny, something we find entertaining.
Yes.
Like my review is on the Hedgehog comic book, which I still hate that comic book, but it was a fun review to do.
Yeah.
Or our first episode of We're Back, a dinosaur story.
Man, that was a throwback. Yeah, throwback. We're back.
Oh, and Thursday.
Huh?
We're back, Throwback Thursday.
Oh, weird.
Wow.
All the stars lined up.
But yeah, this is right here. That's what we live for. We live to make people laugh. We like seeing people smile.
My point on the when I was in high school, everyone's like, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?" I have no outstanding talents. Can me and Dan do weird voices? Yes, we can do weird voices. We can also just do our own thing. But we want to have fun doing this. The old saying goes, if you enjoy your work, if you enjoy what you do, you never work a day. And that's what we want to do. We want to enjoy our work. But, I mean, in the day of the internet where we were born in the early 90s. Let me start there. We were born in the early 90s.
Basically, the internet was starting out.
Yeah,
the way.
The internet was still a thing. However, it was still a baby.
Something to hold cradle.
We as people saw technology go from basic computers running Windows 95,
the old internet to where some sites aren't even on the internet anymore due to how it's changed.
Yes. And we saw technology go from analog TV to flat screen TVs that can stream. We saw the evolution of technology just zoom right past us.
We went from wired controllers to wireless to even handheld console games. We went from an NES, a box of a thing, to this square little thing.
Our point is, we saw our world advance at a much faster pace than any other generation has. And it's because of that we have the mindset of the previous generation before us, but we also are adapted to the technology of today. It's weird because we're considered millennials, but me and Dan personally do not have the mindset of them. We are looking at both ends of them blaming each other and like, we're confused.
Popcorn?
Yeah, seriously, just pull out the popcorn because we're just sitting there watching, trying to understand why they're at each other's throats.
And honestly, it's not really anybody's fault. It's just a fault of people.
That's where I was getting to. Because we are the generation that saw the advancement happen like that. The previous generation, the boomers, they had a much simpler time, but because of that, they've also let the world pass by them. We really don't like getting political here, but
I hate political stuff because of how people can become with political subjects. We tend to keep away from most political things.
But in the case
due to circumstances like this, we have to talk about a political standpoint of what needs
the boomers
to happen.
the boomers. Don't get me wrong, my dad is a boomer. My mom, I think she's right slightly after the major part of the boom.
Both my parents are boomers. But my parents aren't the boomers who go, it's all millennials' fault.
Yes.
They blame millennials for a few things, but that's only for things that we know that millennials done.
Yes. That the world has gone past what they have used that they were used to. It advanced so quickly that they didn't have the room to adapt like we did. We saw that speed and we kept up with it because we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way their mindset works, I had to explain this whole thing to my dad as well, and he agrees with me. The whole concept of the world has moved past, they want to keep everything the way it was, so they're doing all these changes, the rules and regulations to keep it that way. That's what's causing the world to be in so much turmoil today, where the previous generation doesn't want to listen to the newer generation that's up and coming and sees what's happening. They're so busy in their own personal little bubble because they didn't have the access to the internet that we have today. They don't want to see the world outside their bubble.
Yeah, but the problem with millennials now, instead of trying to, talk about it, comfort it a little bit. You don't just go in hammering guns, ho, ha, because that's not going to work.
No.
It's going to backfire so badly, they're not going to listen to anybody of the generation of millennials.
No.
And from my own standpoint, from a personal standpoint, I believe in more peace than anything else. I am a pacifist, but I'm not the pacifist who believes, oh, no fighting at all. Fighting is just
fighting
wrong.
when you need to.
Yes, like we learned it from Dragon Ball. Like, you can fight, but do it only when needed. To protect yourself, to protect your family and friends, and to protect the innocent.
And your livelihood.
Yeah, and livelihood. You don't, and if you have a friend who likes to spar, you can spar. It's not really a fight. It's just practice fighting.
Yeah.
But you don't just go off and argue with someone because you want to argue. You have to have standpoint. You have to see why they see it from a different angle. Therefore, you can understand where they're coming from. Whether you're voting for a president, a congressperson, or for a new law, you have to understand, why do they want this for? Now I have to figure this out for myself.
Yep.
And for humanity's sake. That's the thing.
So, because of the misunderstanding between the generations, which there's always has been, no matter what generation is moving past, there's always that gap. For the boomers, rock and roll was that whole thing where they're like, oh, that's the devil's work, that whole thing. For us, we saw it happen with Pokemon. We were a little late on seeing it with Dungeons and Dragons, but that both have passed.
Yeah, now it's just technology to evil.
Yes, and it can be. Don't get me wrong.
No, definitely, especially how it's used. Technology is a tool of great advancements, but the worst of enemies.
You can see that in people who stay on the computer playing the games, and they are. I'm going to be honest. They're fat. They're huge. You have the adults. You have the people who are just getting out of high school who are just like that, just sitting on their computers, playing the games, not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the way you want to live your life, by all means,
do what makes you happy.
Yes, but that's hurting the world as well. But I mean, that's a whole nother can of worms. We're getting kind of off the topic, but basically, we're going to sit back and watch what's going to happen and make a decision by then. Like I said before, just keep an eye on our social medias. We will gladly tell you where we're going to be. Random Blast is me and Dan. It has been, it always will be. Whether we move to Twitch, whether we move to
Facebook media, Twitter media, even.
That's a thing.
Oh yeah, there are people who upload videos on Twitter. No. It's just a little hard to get around, though.
Well, wherever we go, we will sure to let you know. And I mean, I'm still going to be talking about my Disney stuff. I'm going to still be doing pop videos.
We're still going to be trying to get our reviews taken care of.
One day.
One day. It's just been scheduling issues at all.
Yeah. But we will bring you the content we love to make to you guys.
But there is good news, though.
What?
Considering that when YouTube came out in 2005, that's how people started out. With the way technology is now and the way that people are becoming more intelligent, someone could make a new video platforming thing now.
Yeah,
but it's a little harder.
Yeah, it's a bit harder, mainly because of the juggernaut that is YouTube. But with this happening now, the ship probably, I think the ship of that is YouTube, just hit its final iceberg.
And this iceberg is taking it down.
Yeah, with it, yeah.
So a new YouTube could be coming up. I'm not sure what it's going to be named. But here's the thing. Whoever creates the next YouTube, whatever it's going to be, don't learn from the mistakes of the predecessor. Mm-hmm. Don't do exactly what they did. If it's good things, do the good things. Don't do the corporate things.
Yeah.
If you go corporate, you're not thinking about the people who you're trying to supply to and employing. You're thinking about your pockets then.
Yeah. But like I said, Random Blast is here. Random Blast is here to stay, whether we're on YouTube or another platform.
Yeah. I started this dream a little before I even met him because I wanted to do this from watching people do reviews on the internet. And I told him about it. He asked if he could join. I was like,
let me tell you.
More people, the better.
Let me tell you this. I met him back in high school. We have been best friends ever since. He is my brother. And I would not, to quote Coco, I would move heaven and earth before I let this crash. Because we came up with this idea together. I knew the moment that we became best friends that this is the man, this is the brother that I wanted to do something amazing with.
Making me tear up now.
I'm sorry. But
yeah. I've always had some friends who want to do it with me, but they chose another lifestyle, which is fine. It made them happy. They're living their life great now. I didn't want that kind of life. I honestly don't want to work for a corporate or government. I want to be more self-employed. And the best way to do that was going to be YouTube. It was. Because the only thing is, the reason why we have to work now is to get the equipment we need.
Yeah.
I
mean, y'all, if you follow us on Instagram, you know that we recently got a Canon 80D. We don't have any lenses for it.
But
it's a work in progress.
That's always been our thing. We're a work in progress while we're getting our work out.
If you go back all the way to the very first video, a little over 2 years ago, the We're Back, A Dinosaur Story review, you can see the technology we were working with.
And how we were before.
It was a high definition camera. It was an $80 camera. And plus, our acting's gotten a lot better.
Mostly we just do improv when we do this kind of stuff, but yeah, our acting has gotten better.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you listen to us, we're very on the script. We're very, very blocky body.
But that's the work that comes with this job.
Yeah.
Even right now, we're just improvising what we're saying because it's what we have to do right now.
Not even so much improv, we're just telling you how it is.
Yeah.
But I think you understand where we're coming from. We love you guys. You have been with us through thick and thin, through YouTube's ups and downs. And if this is the final down, we hope you join us on our next leg of the event.
Join us on the life raft.
We got plenty of room, I promise. There's enough for all 120 of y'all.
I mean, it might not be as big as Nostalgia Critics, Angry Nerds, even Arlos, even the Black Nerds. Man, they got yachts over there.
Good Mythical Morning.
And they got yachts. We got a dinghy. All right, row. Row. Stroke. Stop mocking me.
But we will be with you guys until a bitter end. If we find that it's just too hard to work with YouTube, we will move on, as I said. But as time progresses, things move on. I'm Otaku Kent.
I'm Review It Dan. Hope you had a blast.
And don't forget to stay random. We love you guys. And we will continue to love you in the future. Peace out.